Dash is coiling up, everyone. If you're not familiar with Dash, there's some insane potential returns for this cryptocurrency. We are sitting around $232 at the moment, but there are some strong projections taking us well past $2,000, $3,000, maybe even $8,000. 3840 is a strong target. Might be looking at 17x returns there, but a top around 8,200, which is a 35x return, is certainly not out of question. And clearly we have a really strong pattern on this coin, actually. I'm displaying this relatively nondescript graph here. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in a 5 or a 5th wave structure right now. If you're looking to get into buying Dash, well, let's take a closer look at this thing. What's the structure look like? A little wonky, but there's a clear bottom. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That tells us that we are about to finish our first wave, and we're going to pull back into wave 2, which would be a great buying opportunity. There's an alternate that says that we go a little bit higher, maybe up to the $260, $270 range before we pull back into a wave 2 in the same region, a little bit under $200. Again, a strong bull market. We never know how deep the retraces will actually be, or if it's going to be a shallow retrace and we just take off. So these are the conditions right now. Our immediate projection, once we complete our 1 and our 2, is that we're going to get all the way up to as high as $358, $359 to $388. That will be our wave 3 target. That's what we're looking for. Ultimately, we'll get to about $406 to $435 to complete this larger 5-wave structure, the larger wave 1. There is some confluence with that structure, and we're seeing the big picture that we'll look at in just a second. In order for this pattern to remain valid, we must hold the $158 support mark, which I have highlighted in red here. This red line represents that support. So once again, we will either pull back in wave 2 now, or we'll go a little bit higher and then pull back in wave 2. If you're buying, good time to deploy some of your lump sum money. If you're doing dollar cost averaging, continue to buy as you've been. Now, where am I getting these crazy high structure targets? What is our structure really telling us? Well, I'm going to start revealing this. This is the weekly view. As I mentioned before, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. The 5th wave is in progress, as I mentioned before. And this 1, 2, 3, 4 fits our Elliott Fibonacci pinball pattern almost perfectly. We've had a 61% retrace for our wave 2. That was back in January of 2015. We had a powerful rally that coincided with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of the other major cryptos that took us to 1489, perfect 1.68 extension, 1.618, I'm sorry. And then we had a 4th wave that held the 0.764. And of course, here's where the exciting stuff comes in. I'm going to zoom in just a bit so you can look at the targets. For 5th waves, if we hit the 1.618 extension in our 3rd wave, which we did in end of 2017, early 2018, our ultimate top will typically hit the 2.0 extension. Where is that 2.0 extension? Well, that's at almost exactly 82.33. That is actually the highest target we could see. This current pattern is not projecting there, but again, in cryptos, we have powerful 5th wave extensions. So what am I expecting here? Bigger picture, longer term. Well, our first wave was supposed to hit about 518, and we hit pretty close to that. We pulled back in our wave 2. Wave 3 is going to hit around 2863. It could hit a little higher. I got a range here. That 3840 number I had earlier, that's where this comes from. So it's either going to hit our 1.32 extension, which is 3840, or it'll go all the way up to as much as 7,000 just on this 3rd wave alone. Should have a sideways slow 4th wave consolidation before a final blow off into the heavens. That's why we're going to dash into the heavens. Our top could be anywhere between, honestly, 7,000 to beyond 10,000, but I'm going to leave it at 82.33. Again, 35x returns potential here. But again, one step at a time. This pattern is valid until it breaks. And if it breaks, we'll definitely have alternate patterns. Aside from that, if you're dollar cost averaging, it's a great time to continue to accumulate. If you have a lump sum, also a good time to start buying a little bit. Till next time, trading, and thank you for watching.